Alright, it is carpets wash day. And you can see my front fairing, somebody pulled on it and broke it, so I'm gonna have a mechanic come look at it. I tried to fix it myself with super glue, but I need some kind of epoxy, or maybe some kind of washer to you can see that my custom paint job has started to chip over the last couple of years, so I have to get it touched up. But it's pretty cheap. You could get the whole bike painted with the best paint. Now I ride my bike pretty hard, that's how that happens. I'm hitting corners, I'm getting grinding up in the mountains and all that stuff. But you could do it for maybe 2.5, 3 million for your whole bike to be painted this black, right? So but yeah, so now I'm just doing a hand wash. They got power washes, but the thing is about the power wash is that if you're not careful, you will mess up the mistake I first made, this right here. Where's the camera at? Yeah, this thing right here. You can see the power washer bent in some of my air vent. So now whenever I wash them, whenever I go to the wash, I'll either do it myself or I tell them to avoid this front area, and I'll just do it by hand. Because if you block that, then that's going to overheat your bike, because that's where the air goes in. That's your filter. But the metal, some of it got bent by the water pressure. So yeah, see, zoom in a little bit. Oh, let me zoom in. So yeah, so we just go piece by piece. Mechanic said he'll be here at 3 to fix that front fairing. It's not a big deal, except for it rattles. And I'm a perfectionist when it comes to my bike. I like a good bike. The way a man takes care of a bike says a lot about him. If you neglect your bike, it means that you are a lazy piece of you know what. But if you love your bike, that means that she will love you back, and she will take care of you, and she will keep you stuck to the ground when you're going 120 miles per hour and you're hitting a curve with only this much rubber sticking to the ground, holding you to the ground when you're leaning and your knees like this far off the ground. Oops. So yeah, carpet. And then you also have to watch out for the chain, because the chain will get dry, and then if you power wash it and clean it, and a dry chain will mess you up. So you always want to lubricate that chain. So like mine right now, let's look. So I'm just gonna do a quick little, yeah, see, it has a little bit of lube. Probably use a little bit more. I just did it though. But like I said, it's so dusty out here that even if you lubricate it, it gets dried out. And I just did an oil change. I am religious about oil changes on the bike. You gotta keep your bike's oil change is good. Also, I fixed this part right here, the suspension, because the chain was too loose before. Now it has the perfect slack. You notice how it's not touching the rubber? That's where you want it. Before, mine was too loose, and now there's just a little bit of slack. You want your finger to be able to go under there. But you would tighten it through these two rods. Somebody had bent mine up, it crashed into me. So what we did is we cut on this side right here, and this is how we'll either you'll push your tire back, or you'll push it forward to either tighten or loosen the chain. Now keep in mind, when you sit on that bike, when you apply pressure on that bike, 200 pounds, 180 pounds, say you have a rider with you, you're riding somebody on the back, that's gonna tighten the chain even more. So you always gotta allow for some slack to compensate for that. If not, if it's too loose, you'll get thrown off the track. You'll get thrown off your fairings right there. And also, that's another thing, check your teeth, your fairings teeth. You want to make sure they haven't been worn down enough, that they actually grip the chain right there. This is all stuff that I've learned throughout the years. My dad has taught me. I've learned through forums, YouTube videos. myself hanging out in motorcycle clubs. This thing right here, I can't get these things tight. This was the upgrade that came with it. There are these front lights. But it doesn't matter as long as they're, I mean, they don't rattle. They don't stay 100% in place. But that's all right. I don't need them to. I just need them to stay put and not rattle. So yeah, she's getting clean. I wish I had some soap and a proper power washer to get it. But I'm waiting for the mechanic to come because today's mission, like I said, and you can see where it broke off, right? So look, let's compare. Let's compare. If you look over here, all right, where's the camera at? Look right here, all right? See? Okay, see? It's good. This bolt is tight. I used a Allen's wrench, tightened it as much as I can. But it's this side. If you push it in, right? Now look, it won't move. See? I'm pushing it on that left side. Because right now, look what happens right here. So that is rubbing against my tires. Every time my tire is spinning, it's rubbing against that. So I need to get that retightened. It should be like a, I don't know, a 1/2 inch hanging above it. And that is, you know, you don't want stuff getting caught in between there, like a twig or something. You know, a twig gets caught in there, you're gonna be having a bad day. You're gonna be eating it. So, the thing about Vietnam that I've noticed is that no matter how good you take care of your bike, no matter how much effort and love and money I put into this thing, right? Because it is like my only hobby. It's about the only thing I really had to do, right? Besides books, but you can't really get any English books out here. So, is my bike. So I invest a lot of time, energy, pride into my helmet, to my look, to everything. And it seems like every day something else breaks. Either it be through the neglect of somebody who parks next to me and they just bump into it, or what I think happened here is somebody went to move my bike, because you can move these just by pulling on them. But I think somebody grabbed it by the plastic right here and pulled, and that's what broke off that side over there. So yeah, it just always seems that no matter what you do, right? No matter what you do, you're always gonna get some kind of damage. For example, that peg right there. This right here, that was from when that guy crashed into me. And I didn't know, and he suckered me for $3 million, even though he was at fault. But I didn't know the laws, right? This right here, this was bent upwards. So somebody had crashed into that, right? You can see, this is just normal wear and tear from when, you know, a passenger goes. And just like, or like right here, looks like somebody sideswiped, you know, just little things that annoy me. And one of the things that is different about Vietnam than, like, say, America is, in America, you don't touch our bikes. You never touch our bikes. You touch our bikes,